Ahoy there mateys, in this video I'm going to start up our Docker development environment, load up Bone Framework, and I'm going to show you the basic structure and how it generally works. So first thing you would typically do when you open your terminal is go into your site, which we've got here. Also we need to run the eval docker machine environment stuff so that we can call our Docker things, and then we say docker compose up. That will start it up. There we go. And if I now refresh, here is the framework. So let's go into here. PHP Storm is my IDE of choice. Why wouldn't it be? It's the best. Let's create new project from existing files. And I'm going to go into sites, and somewhere in here we'll have Bone Framework. That's the project root there. Public is your resource root. Test is obviously your test sources. Hit finish. So here is our app. I'll just quickly run through what each of these folders are. Build is to do with your Docker Compose, the development environment, so you can safely ignore those if you've got that up and running already. I might do a video on configuring that stuff to your own ends at some other point. Config, you've got different folders for different environments. These are the default ones, and I've put in a bunch of stuff that you may or may not use. These pups are like, for instance, OAuth 2 and OpenAPI. These aren't installed by default, but I've just got a skeleton config there in case you do. Data is where you would keep things like cache, docs, keys, logs, database migrations, proxies for your database entities, temp folder for whatever you like, translations. Bone Framework comes with internationalization out the box as well, and an uploads folder. So any sort of writable stuff you want to put in here. Your source code, that's where you'll write your app. You've got your controllers go in here, and your views go in here. You get a layout. The layout engine is using Plates PHP, so check that out. It's really quite cool. And Bone Framework essentially runs you. It's all to do with these packages. What happens is in the public folder, incidentally, you've got all your front end stuff, and of course an index PHP, which basically launches the application. So it's all to do with packages, and in here you can define whatever you want. You add things to the dependency injection container, so you tell it about your index controller by giving it a key of the class name, and then you can create a factory, and in here you can pull out whatever you need to put into your controller. So say you wanted a database connection in there, you could pass that into the constructor, and you could edit your controller and add that in. I've made this convenience thing, which initializes a controller. So for instance, if your controller wants a translator, you can implement a translator interface and put that into your controller. View engine, site config, session, and logger, and it'll put all these in for you. So here we can see I've got a router config interface. So this one returns routes, and here I define the routes. This is based on the league/root. So if you look that up, you'll be able to see what that's like as well. So how do you add new packages? Well, it's all in your config here. Like I say, a lot of this is default stuff, but the interesting one here is packages, and that's basically it. So for instance, say you wanted a mail server, you want to have some mail functionality. What we could do is open a new tab, and of course for every new tab we eval the Docker stuff. Docker compose exec php/bin/bash will take you in there, and for instance, right, composer require Delboy 1978 UK /bone-mail, and I'll just go there on my GitHub to show you. Each package has a little instruction thing with it, so Bone Mail. So if you want to send mails, this is based on Laminas Mail. So, but all you do is you require it in, and then you add the mail package into your packages thing, which is what I wanted to show you there. So there you go. You can see it's once it's installed that. Where is my? Here it is. Right. So now I can go in here and say mail package class, and that will automatically add the mail service. You'll see add to container. See, we've now got a mail service, and it creates the mail service. Obviously it wants to render some HTML, so we pass in the view engine, site config. You've got this site PHP, so you can add in the details that you might want to reuse in different sections of your website. Now, it's important to note that the order of these things matter. The mail package obviously is now a dependency of the app package, so that should actually be there. And that allows you to call the container get the mail service. So say we wanted to add that into our own thing, we now want a mail server. So we could say mail service equals container get, and there we go, the mail service class, and then we can pass in mail service in there. Obviously what we'd want to do in here is private mail service, and we want a constructor as well, so let's generate, where is it, constructor, and there we go. So that's it, you now have a mail service, and you can start calling in your controller this mail service, and you can send an email. I'll go through Bone Mail in a different video, but that's the idea. Like I say, when you render a view, it's going to look in your source app view, and you can see index is this page here. Obviously we can delete that and put in our own stuff. So when you're done developing, let's close this window. Hold on. Close that. When we're done, we hit Control C, and that will finish that. And then we say Docker compose down, and it tidies things up. And of course, if we refresh this, that's it, closed down. Okay, so in the next video, I'll join in again. I'll be showing you some more things. Have a good day.